Let me start by telling you a little bit about myself and Chrysaor. I started the early part of my career advising and working at some of the major oil companies. One of those, a large US independent, I left in 2002 and founded a company called CH4 Energy. We were a Southern North Sea UK player, focused actually on the UK and the Netherlands. We had just over 100 people. We operated a couple of platforms, and we actually installed a couple of platforms, developed a field called Chrysaor. It was there at CH4 where I first encountered EIG. I founded Chrysaor in 2007 with part of the team that I was at CH4 with, and then over the years other people have joined the team. We've been focused very much on the UK with Ireland and a couple of other countries, but areas that we knew deeply from a technical and then from a commercial perspective. As people remember, from 2007 really to the present day, we've been through a couple of pretty severe oil price cycles, some good times and some bad, and we've been very focused over the last few years on acquisition opportunities and are very pleased that this is the right one for us at the moment. I'm delighted to be working with Blair Thomas, again, EIG, and my new chairman, Linda Cook, to acquire this major portfolio of assets from Shell. I look forward over the next few years working with them and my existing team and the new people who are going to join us from Shell to make Chrysaor the leading E&P company in the UKCS. This is a great deal for Chrysaor and for Shell and for our backers and for the UK, I hope. Shell closed an amazing world-class deal with BG Group and acquired that company at the start of last year, and as part of that have promised a $30 billion divestment program, which is material by any measure. This transaction will help them a long way towards their targets with those divestment figures. It's given us the opportunity to perhaps access a portfolio of assets that otherwise wouldn't have been readily available in the market. We are going to be, from day one, top 6 producer in the UK. We're going to get a number of the top producing fields, both in production levels and in remaining reserve life. It's going to give us a huge bank of opportunities that we can look forward to safely delivering with our new partners and with our new team to properly bring to market. The key metrics of the deal are compelling. The assets that we're acquiring will have a 5-year average unit cost of less than $15 a barrel. We're looking to sustain production at around about 110,000 barrels of oil equivalent a day, and the effective date of the deal will have 350 million barrels of 2P reserves that we hope to keep as our long run rate. The other unique asset that the deal brings is the people. We've met some, and I look forward to know more of them personally, and everybody has been highly competent, highly skilled and experienced, which is what you'd expect from the organisation. At the moment, I can assure them that we're not going to change anybody's terms and conditions, and we look forward to having an office long term in Aberdeen and contributing to the local economy, the economy of Scotland and the UK as well. It's important for me to talk a little bit about safety, something that rules everything that we do. I've talked about how we run the business in a way that we're proud of, and I think safety exemplifies that. Every day we take the onerous responsibilities of running an operator incredibly carefully. Some of the legislation talks about a sense of chronic unease. I will be forever worrying about the people that work for us offshore now and in the future, and that should play a part in all of the major decisions that we take, whether they're financial or whether they're engineering. And I expect our middle managers, our senior managers, and our staff and our contractors and partners to have that same attitude. On top of my commitment, my board's commitment, and indeed that of Shell, people should also be aware that there's a formal regulatory approval process to go through before we assume operatorship and indeed the deal completes. I'm hugely excited about the future for Chrysaor. Firstly, I look forward to working with our new colleagues that are joining us from Shell. They have a fantastic skill set and set of competencies, and with my existing team, I feel we'll be able to deliver the full potential of the portfolio we acquire and the near-field opportunities that lie around that portfolio. Firstly, though, we have to concentrate on a safe transition. where we assume operatorship to the satisfaction of all the independent regulators and myself and my own board. We anticipate that will be later in the year, and that's our absolute priority. Following that, we will be focused on growth. This vehicle is not about cost cutting, this is about additional potential of the UK North Sea, something that we passionately believe in, and I hope that colleagues that will join us from Shell will be able to buy into that story. In the medium term, I'd like Chrysaor to be seen as the leading independent E&P company. I see our production staying at over 100,000 barrels of oil equivalent per day. I see our reserves staying at similar levels to those that we've acquired from Shell. And I see us exploring, appraising and developing to deliver those hydrocarbons. I think it's important that we are seen as self-sustaining and something of a UK champion. Even though I don't look to complete this transaction until later in 2017, as of today, Chrysaor has the financial firepower of EIG and has credible depth of operational experience within my own team and my board, including individuals such as Linda, Steve, Andrew and the rest of my co-directors. I know working together with Shell and with the regulators and our other stakeholders, we can ensure the safe delivery of the transition. We're very passionate about what we do. We believe in the UK North Sea, we believe in the future of the North Sea, and we believe that when people come to work they should enjoy what they're doing.